it's July 22nd, 2026. It's been a wonderful day. It's been a long day. I've been up, I don't know, since probably 4. Anyway, wonderful day. I woke up, had interesting conversations about what it means to truly forgive. I think basically I woke up with the understanding that I had not forgiven someone that I thought I had, because I didn't really quite understand, and some of y'all don't agree with this, and that's okay. I don't know why you're on my channel if you don't, but that's okay. Maybe you'll I don't know, pursue or ask a question. Come here, kitty. You want to say hey? Hi. He's finally recovering and growing his hair back from when we had to leave him at our old home and thought he was okay, and he got out and got into something. I don't know if he was attacked. I believe he was attacked, and I also believe that he was poisoned. But anyway, he grew all his hair back, and he's okay now, and he escaped last night and the day before on the wee hours of the morning and went exploring and came and knocked on the door to be let back in. So we know he's okay now. He's okay here. So whether he's here or in Rayford, he's okay. He loves to get out at Rayford, which we let him out. He went to the front door. He loves that house. I do too. It's a home, that pecan tree there. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Talked to my grandmother. Mama, I love you so much. And my granny. Oh my God, Granny, thank you. I feel like my granny's always around me. But my mama, she reminded me what she felt like and how isolated she felt and how she was in a family. Her mother-in-law was priceless. My grandma Ada never spoke an unkind word about anybody. And my father, who absolutely positively probably hated everybody in my mom's family at one time or another. Understandably, we all have our issues. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, my grandmother Ada, never an unkind word was spoken about this woman. She died of pancreatic cancer, I do believe. When she was in her maybe early 60s, I was maybe 2 years old. My brother no, I wasn't 2. My brother had just been born, so I had to have been about, well, maybe I was. Anyway, I was very young. Never spoke an unkind word about anybody. My grandmother came and reminded me of her and how difficult it was to live up to her when she came from what she came from, which was a very spirited family where men ruled the roost, but the women outnumbered them, so to speak. But the thing is that my grandmother's sisters married men who loved them. And I don't believe my grandfather and grandmother actually really loved each other. Maybe they did, but the love turned into hate. And it caused her to be bitter. And that bitterness turned into viciousness and maliciousness. And that caused a lot of problems that she was really sorry for. Most of all, because she never learned how to she never really learned how to love all of her kids at one time. And she didn't learn how to love her daughter or hold space for her. And I can honestly say that that's been a problem in our family. Either we do too much or not enough, but never a balance. We either enable or we push away. And there's a lot of abandonment. Anyway, my grandmother, she just doesn't want that to happen. Number one, she doesn't want me to ever hurt anyone like she was hurt. She doesn't want me to hurt anyone like she's hurt people. And she already realizes I have. And she feels responsible for that. But she showed me her truth, and when she showed me her truth, it freed me. And then I came inside. And I pulled a card. It's one of Teal Swan's cards. Beautiful cards thereof. The card that I pulled was to be loved. And this was all my grandmother ever wanted. But before I go off track. Or no, before I read this card, because I'm still on track. Anyway, dealing with someone like my great-grandmother who was perfect, and nobody spoke a bad word against her. It was really difficult to measure up to her. Especially when her son was wild. And then he straightened out, and then my grandmother had issues, and they just could never get to the point to where they could. Their first marriage just didn't work out. But my grandmother could never get over being a victim. And my step-grandmother could have been her friend and would have been her friend and tried really hard. God, that woman, her name was Jean. She tried really, really hard to get along with everybody. We all made her the monster. It was my grandfather that chose to leave my grandmother. Jean had nothing to do with that. It's the truth. She just wanted everybody to get along because she wanted my grandfather to have his family. It's the truth. Whether she liked us or not, it didn't matter. She put those feelings aside. And we can say all kinds of things. I used to say, well, why are my pictures not in her house? Well, we never gave her any. Now my perception is totally different. And my grandmother is helping me see this. I don't have to be bitter. I don't have to play a victim. I don't have to be any of that. I'm not that. But I also don't have to encourage it. And I don't have to look a blind eye. If I can do good, if I can help someone, then that is my responsibility. Because that's what I've taken upon myself. It's not yours. This is my story, no one else's. I share it because I hope that there's someone out there that I may be able to help. And if I can't, I'm helping myself by sharing it. So whether I'm the only one who watches it or 8 billion people watches it, it's for me first. Because I want to shout out to my mama and tell her thank you, because what happens from this point on is because she came to me and she gave me advice, and I listened. I heard her. Now, and it changed my perspective. And I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful for my grandma Jean, because she taught me a lot too. Yeah, matter of fact, it's her that I'm gaining a lot of wisdom from, just what some of the actions she took in her life. I wish I would have observed her with her children more and her other grandchildren more, because they absolutely adore her. So do her grandchildren. So did my grandfather. He really did. He loved her. We can say what we want to about her, but he loved her. He wouldn't have spent 30-something years with her, or however long he was married to her. It was that long. And he wouldn't have been buried with her had he not loved her. So, to my grandmother, I thank you for helping me heal. To my step-grandmother, thank you for giving me an example. To my grandmother, Faye, and my step-grandmother, Jean, bow to your divinity, to your beauty, to your grace, to your mercy, and to your legacy. And I read this card and I dedicate this to you, and I thank you both. To be loved, to feel like others take me as a part of themselves, and as such, caretake my best interest, and as such, caretake my best interest or feel a deep appreciation of me and attachment to me, to feel wanted and pulled instead of pushed away. That's all my grandmother ever really wanted, but the problem was is that she couldn't give it to herself. And that's really the problem that's been in my family, is that we've looked for other people to give it to us. We've chased fantasies and illusions, all because we wanted validation from others. And a lot of it stemmed from not having it from our parents. And my daughters can say that. My son cannot. So to my daughters, I am very sorry. To my sons, you got a side, you got an inheritance they didn't get, which wasn't fair. And I can make all the excuses in the world, but it wasn't. And I apologize for that. That's what was done to my mother. That was what was, well, to her mother, I should say. And to her mother. And way far back in our family line. My mom was treated fairly. I mean, she was treated like her brothers. Except for maybe emotionally, but she didn't. You have to be able to receive in order to receive. You have to accept it, or I should say you have to be able to accept in order to receive. And when the communication's off and somebody's trying to give and another's trying to receive, but they don't give the way that the other receives, it can really screw some stuff up. That's why it's so important when people caretake others' best interest. They actually show care. And that's what I hope to show with my life. Myself. Care. To love myself. To value myself. To respect myself. To know who I am. To be sure of myself. To know myself. To love myself. Because from that, I can love you. And then, when I recognize that you are me, and I am you, then I'm not in competition with you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I want the best for you, but I won't allow you to hurt me. Because I want the best for me. That's called balance. And that is what I believe all the religions that in their true form are trying to bring about. If not, hold someone steady so they don't fall. And some have really, they are made into evil intentions and controlled and manipulated. But it's not the people. The people just want the balance, and they're only searching for it in what they know. I just happen to be one of those people that refuse to believe what others tell me. I always have been what they considered the black sheep, or the one that always wanted to cause trouble. And I don't mind admitting it. I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. I don't mind admitting what I do. I mean, I might right there, but I've always said, it was told to me a very long time ago, if I didn't want to get in trouble for it, if I wasn't going to take responsibility, then if I was ashamed of it, why'd I do it? I don't know. I did a lot of things I was ashamed of. Not so much anymore. Sometimes, I mean, I ignore somebody walking down the road and I really know I should probably stop and make sure they're okay. That feels really... But then, I mean, I could argue. I'm a woman, but if I know I'm supposed to and I ignore it, that's me though. There goes another rabbit trail. To be loved. To feel like others take me as a part of themselves. And as such, caretake my best interest and or feel a deep appreciation of me and attachment to me. To feel wanted and pulled close instead of pushed away. So, to those that I have hurt, I'm deeply sorry. When I've pushed away, I did it out of fear, out of pain, out of hurt. Now I understand that I do have boundaries, and I do. I respect myself, so therefore I'm going to have boundaries. But I'm understanding more and more on how to love so that I can love. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Ada. Thank you, Granny. Thank you, Nan, Aunt Margaret, Jean. Thank you, Mom. Thank you to my mother-in-laws, my sister-in-laws, my brother-in-laws, to my children, to my children's partners, all of them. None of them are left behind. To my family, you'll always have a spot. To my adopted daughters, you know who you are. Sometimes you can't be with the ones you love. So you love the ones you're with, and then you realize that you love them all. Long time ago, I told an old man when he was mean to one of my kids, when I look at your grandchild, I see that child when they were a child. I think sometimes now it's almost easier when I look at all people as children, because we really are. It's easier to see an adult and a smaller child than it is in an adult here lately. But that's okay. It really is. It really is. So, love yourself. Love yourself. I gotta get back to work. I'm clearing out the woods. I'm making it's a surprise. When it's done, I'm gonna share it. I have to go back and forth to Rayford. Oh, I love Rayford. Please don't ever think that I don't love Rayford. I love Rayford. I'm so blessed to be able to be given the opportunity to breathe, to enjoy my husband, to watch him grow and to watch him heal, and to just be safe. Thank you. Some would say I'm crazy, and that's okay. Sometimes I do. Some would look at what I'm saying I'm blessed by and say, wow, what? Doesn't matter. I'm not you. You're not me. We don't have to be. I don't have to be you, and you don't have to be me. That's the beauty. I don't have to be this version of me tomorrow. I could change. That's another beauty. Life is beautiful, so live it. Stop wasting it on being mad. Just a thought. Be happy. Or at least make peace with yourself. Then joy will come. So, for all that, peace out. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. However you choose to do it today, just don't hurt others when you do. Bye.